First time I was pregnant, I wasn't married. And I had just recently moved out of my mom's house for the very first time, so I kind of felt like I had it all together, like I knew what I was doing. My first thought was, what am I gonna tell my mom? She's the only one that I knew I could really come to and that was gonna support me, and she didn't. She was not happy. She basically said, fend for yourself, you're on your own on this, and if you want my help, we can terminate the pregnancy and you can have an abortion. When I walked into the pregnancy center, it was relaxing and there was just a peacefulness about the center. It was nice to have somebody to talk to, kind of let them know where I was at. I know at the end we prayed. I was given a calendar with a variety of different classes to kind of get me started as a first-time parent. I didn't know what I would be doing, so it was nice to have that infant care and the other classes that were available. I walked out with some diapers and a little hat, so it made it feel more real. I had the idea of there's a baby coming and, I was gonna be prepared whenever, they made their arrival. I did end up choosing life regardless of my circumstances. When I had gotten into the Godly Parenting, I had opened up the workbook and saw different various verses, and it challenged, what I thought and what I believed, and I got curious and decided to, open a Bible and start looking. And it just kind of got me focused on God and who He was and how He was working in my life. When I think of Giovanni, I think of joy. I think of pure happiness. He's so important because I don't know where I would be without him. I think when Giovanni was a baby, I was kind of forced to be present for him. But as he started to grow up and I got a little bit more freedom and I was able to live more than I did when he was a baby, so I found myself hanging out with old people in old places and, depending on the wrong things to make me happy. And before I knew it, I was pregnant. And I was pregnant with somebody, again, that wasn't present. It wasn't a healthy relationship. It was abusive. So after, thinking about all my emotions and what I would be dealing with after I was already a single mom, I had made the choice to make the appointment. I showed up. When going through the procedure, I must have been under medicated because I was conscious. I heard the sounds, I heard the suction, I felt the pain, I felt dilating. It was painful. It was traumatic. It was an experience that I will never forget, for sure. I attended church for some time, heard the message, didn't really apply the message, and before I knew it, I was pregnant again. So finding out I was pregnant again, as confused as I was, I knew I could turn to a woman's place. I get my pregnancy test and it's confirmed I'm pregnant, and I follow up with an ultrasound shortly after, and I'm suggested don't make any decisions based off your emotions, which was probably the best advice anybody could have given me. And I come back for an ultrasound and my body is, carrying a child and it's developing and I'm starting to see life form, inside of me. And, that's when I decided it was time to keep this baby.
The thing that really stood out about Melissa is that she was very real and very vulnerable and very scared, but looking for support and looking to know that she could do it, but needed someone to tell her that she could do it and that she wasn't alone. When she came in for her ultrasound, seeing the baby's heartbeat was huge. She really was bonded immediately and knew that she wanted to keep that baby. But it was through that, the sonogram, and then additional support where she would come in every single week to just have that encouragement, calling us a place of refuge, that she could come for support and prayer and encouragement, that in the midst of her circumstances, she wasn't alone.
So during my pregnancy and working with a life coach, my abortion had came up, and it was suggested and encouraged to look into a post-abortion group. And it just so happened that my church was offering one. So it just so happened that I was in the right place at the right time, and everything aligned perfectly, and I'm enrolled now to deal with that past trauma.
And just as important, I really believe, is the support following the ultrasound through classes and prayer and discipleship. And we see so many women that are returning and growing in a relationship with the Lord, that choose life and then are able to really pursue abundant life through Christ.
And the 9 months flew by, and Ashton was born. I got to lay eyes on him for the first time, because when you're pregnant, all you can think about is, what is my baby gonna look like? Giovanni loves his brother. He just loves to do anything with him, around him, anything that involves him. He loves his brother. Seeing the two of them together, it gives me instant gratification as a mom to know that I made the right choice. Just them together, they're just like the perfect pair. I'm gonna be forever grateful for a woman's place and having a safe place to come to. I know that God put a woman's place in my life for a reason. I know that no matter what time it is, or whatever might be going on, that they're always gonna give me that love, support, encouragement. It's a place that will never turn their back on me.